Why I don't like online dating. Now, for those of us who are really busy and don't have the time to date, online dating can be a very useful tool in terms of finding your soulmate or finding companionship. However, online dating is very impersonal. And the type of person that I am, I read people. I prefer to meet you, read your body language, listen to what you're saying to me versus reading words on a screen because you could be lying about everything you're telling me versus me meeting you in person and you can lie, but I can pick up on it. I'm gonna be like, yeah, no, we can't go out. Sorry. But with online dating, I mean, men have entire whole other lives and they're still on these websites trying to get somebody's damn draws. I just feel like online dating is a good way for people to play games. And y'all all know the show Catfish. That's like another avenue for them to be able to portray somebody that they're not. So personally, I don't like online dating. I'm not going to say I never did it. I've done it in the past and I've regretted my decisions ever since. But everything is a learning experience. I just feel like in online dating, you don't get a chance to actually feel the person out before you decide whether or not you want to meet them or if you want to take it further. There are some people that have success in online dating. I'm not one of them, which is why I don't really advocate it. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I'm just sharing my personal thoughts on it. There was a situation where I met somebody online. Everything was cool. We chatted for a little while, eventually exchanged phone numbers. We met. Everything seemed cool. And then he did the switch. That's what I call the bait and switch. He was completely not the person that I thought he was. Not as far as physically, but I mean just his character. It was something that was completely different than what he described himself as. Once I realized that this motherfucker was crazy, I was like, oh hell no. Oh hell no. So I ended it. And well, at this time, he had met my family. He knew where I worked. And one day, I got out of work. This was the same day that I broke up with him. Got out of work, and this motherfucker was sitting in my car. No bullshit. Sitting in my back seat. And what scared me even more, didn't even fucking see him. I didn't see him until I got in the driver's seat to turn the key to drive home. And then he spoke, and it scared the shit out of me. So, lucky for me, he wasn't there to hurt me. But again, online dating, I say, use with caution. Make sure that's something that there's something in place to safeguard yourself in the event that the motherfucker's crazy or he doesn't take rejection well. Going out on a date with somebody that you don't know. Have friends go to the same place you're going. You don't even have to act like you don't know them. Just say, hey, okay. Sit down. So it's kind of like that's your buffer in place. They're there, but at the same time, you're still enjoying your date and trying to get to know who this person is to see if it can go any further. If shit pops off, you already got your squad, like, waiting to pounce. Another thing that I don't particularly like about dating is how you first start talking to somebody and everything seems to be okay. But the thing I don't like is when you're messaging each other back and forth and words tend to get misinterpreted on screen. You can't get the emotion, you can't get the facial expressions from a computer screen or a smartphone. So if somebody says something that I don't get, I'm like, Okay, what the hell does that mean? And I'm instantly turned off. If I feel like there's no constant flow of connection, there's no way this is going to go any further. My online dating has not been very successful. Some of these guys have an entire other family and they're just playing the field because they're not truly ready to settle down. Secondly, I feel like because there are so many people online, they're not taking it seriously. If you don't want to talk to him, there's about 10 other girls begging for attention to talk to him. You can have his ass. I don't care. And I prefer traditional dating. I absolutely prefer traditional dating. I would prefer a man to come up to me and say, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, drop a corny ass pickup line. Either I'll laugh or I'll encourage him to continue. And me just getting to know the person in person from the first impression all the way down to our first date. I don't want to meet you behind a screen. I want to see you, read your body language, listen to what you're telling me, connect the dots. 2 plus 2 ain't supposed to equal 9. And if I get a bad feeling from you, that's it. It's not going to go any further than that. Those are just my experiences. And if you choose to do it, be smart about it. Stay safe. Always have a escape plan. Never, ever, ever let them pick you up at your house. Don't ever do that. You take your car or you get a ride and you meet in a public place. So you guys stay safe, and those are just my opinions. Happy dating.